Well, welcome everyone to Real People, Real Stories. My name is Dr. Barbie Phillips, and I'm a chiropractic physician for people and animals, and I'm coming to you from Northwest Oklahoma. I would like to invite or welcome you to our Zoom tonight. We have a great guest in store for you, and we're going to hear about her experience with redox molecules. Now, if you're new to redox molecules and you're wondering, what are we talking about? Let me share just a little bit about these amazing molecules that are changing people's health. So redox molecules are native to the human body. We are born with them. And what do? They help our cells communicate. So we need cells to be able to communicate to one another so that they can tell each other to do their jobs. We need healthy organs, we need healthy tissues so that we can stay healthy. But what can happen after about the age of puberty is we lose the ability to make these molecules like we did when we were younger. And what can happen is these cells can no longer communicate effectively, and then our body cannot operate at the level that we need it to stay healthy. What can we do about that, you ask? Well,
Well,
these amazing molecules. And these molecules come in a liquid, and they also come in a rub-on gel. And then our newest addition is our Redox Gold. So we're going to talk a little bit about all three of those products. But what do these redox signaling molecules do? Well, when we consume them and put them in our body, they are tiny little molecules. And because they're tiny molecules, they are able to easily absorb into the body. And once they absorb into the cells, they act as an on-off switch to the cells. They turn the good cells on and they turn the bad cells off. So I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty great. And we love what they do. Once they start communicating to these cells and turn the good cells on, it acts as a cascade effect to other cells around it. And then over time, this increases the body's resilience to stress and creates more overall wellness. So I would like to add a disclaimer here before we get started with our guest tonight. That information you will hear tonight is simply the personal testimony of our guest, and we are not intending to diagnose, treat, or cure any medical condition. So with that being said, I would like to introduce our wonderful guests for tonight. Her name is Becky Cornelius. So Becky, welcome to our Zoom call tonight. Where are you coming to us from?
I am from Walnut, Mississippi.
Mississippi. All right. Well, we are so glad that you are able to join us tonight. And would you please tell us a little about your background and just where you come from?
Uh, I come into a big family. I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters. We live on a farm where we raised, when we was kids, horses, cows, pigs, raised our own garden. We had fish ponds that we let people fish in, and then we would clean fish and sell it to the public.
Very interesting. So a good country background.
Good country background. I work in a factory now as the inventory clerk. I've been there for 27 years.
Well, that is great. We love employees like that, people that are around for the long haul. So working in a factory, there must be some taxing work there. Is there, and being there all the time? Tell us a little about your job.
I work with the inventory. I do a lot of counting, scrap. It's very stressful at times.
Okay, okay. So would you tell us how you were introduced to these redox signaling molecules and what got your attention initially?
I was introduced by my sister. I was up at her house. I had been to the doctor and I had a spot on my finger, and he's like, "We're going to have to do surgery. You're going to be out for 2 weeks." This is when my sister-in-law Stacy and Teddy had just got in and was telling everybody about it. And they're like, "Here, try this gel on your finger." So we put it on the finger, and I never did have surgery on the finger. It got better, so it caught my attention.
Wow, so you had a personal experience right
Hmm.
off the start. So how long have you been taking the products now?
I've been taking the products 5.5 years.
5.5 years. That's amazing. And what personal experiences or testimonies do you have with the redox molecules?
Well, I had some breathing issues. I couldn't be around certain smells. I couldn't get upset. I couldn't laugh, little bitty laugh was okay, but if I got real tickled, it would cause me to have a breathing issues. I would end up at the doctor the next day, or I may even end up at the ER that night. Uh, this went on for about 10 years. I was on inhalers, going to lung specialists. But after I started taking the SIA, uh, all that went away. I haven't been to the doctor for that issue.
Wow, that's amazing. So you had that for about 10 years and then you
About
started
10.
taking the molecules and that
Mm-hmm.
went away. That's
It went
awesome.
away.
That is
Now,
awesome.
there's a time now if I might get around something, uh, I could feel it coming on, and I'll run get the gel and I'll rub it on my neck, or I'll take the liquid and nebulize it, and I'm back at it.
Okay. That's awesome. Does that happen like, is it seasonal or is that just something that can happen anytime?
It can happen anytime.
Wow. Okay.
Chemicals. If
Okay.
I get real tickle laughing, I remember one time, the first time we really realized it is we was all at the house and was laughing, was dancing, and I got real tickled and I got in the floor and everybody was hollering, "Go get the inhaler, go get the inhaler." But I didn't need the inhaler.
That's such a great story. Have you had other experiences as well, other than the breathing and the finger issue?
I had back surgery 30 something years ago. At work, I would have to go out to our trucks where we had inventory and climb up in them and count stuff or pull stuff off. And time I would get back to the plant, I could barely go. And one day I realized I'm like, I'm not hurting when I get back to the plant. So that's been a big thing for me too.
That's awesome. So can you tell us how much of the liquid molecules that you drink daily?
I'm drinking 6 ounces a day. I drink three of a morning and three of a night before I go to the bed.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And I'll shift gears with you a little bit. Have you had any experience positive with our new Redox Gold product?
I have. There was one night that my throat was sore, and I rubbed the gold on it, and it just went away. And then last Saturday, I was at work, and I was having to climb up and down the ladder. And time I got home, the back of my legs were so sore, and I just rubbed the gold on it and went on to bed, and I slept good all night.
That's amazing. That is really awesome. We definitely have had some great experiences with the Redox Gold in our chiropractic office, not only for humans, but for animals as well. Even though none of our products are marketed towards animals, we definitely use them regularly with our animal clients too. So I'm super excited about the gold. So could you tell us a little bit about the business? I know that you're an associate just like I am. And would you tell me just a little bit about the business opportunity and what caught your attention there and how that has gone for you?
It's been a good business thing. Uh, what caught my attention is, I guess it's different from other network marketing businesses I've been in before. Before I would have to keep a lot of products at the house. With this business, you don't have to do that, so that was real good for me.
And what would you say about the people, the culture of the company, the leadership? What would you say about your experience with that if somebody's actually looking for maybe a business opportunity?
I would say this company has a heart and a soul. The people has been wonderful. I've met the Tyler before, and you see him another time, he comes up, he hugs your neck. The other companies I was in that you didn't have that. So it's been wonderful. The cross line, the down line, just all been wonderful people. I mean, you couldn't ask for a business more than this. I
It
mean,
is definitely one big family, isn't it? Yeah, all the
it's
way
one
from the
big.
top to the new people who joined. So it's been
Mhm.
great. Yeah,
It's
that's
like when
great.
you go to an event, it's like a family reunion. You were glad to see everybody.
Right? right? So what would you tell someone that maybe is just looking at the products or, they're like, yes, I really don't know if I want to try this. Does it really work? Even though we know the science is behind it, it's definitely, not in question anymore. The science proves that it does work when taken over a period of time, especially. So what would you say to someone who's just kind of on the fence about starting the
Not
products?
doing that. I don't want the water coming out of the top.
I would tell them they had nothing to lose. Uh, what if it didn't work? What if you lost? You got a 30-day money back guarantee. And what if it did help you? It could change your health and it could change your life.
What a valid point. You mentioned a great point. 30-day money back guarantee on all their products. So you have nothing to lose there. And yeah, really, really great that people can do a trial period. Now, I do recommend people, I will put this in there, try it for at least 90 days. And that's, the company recommendation. Also for our patients that we utilize this within the clinic, we even recommend up to 6 months. I mean, 5 years later, I'm still noticing difference with myself and my family. So it just continues to work on those cells and you heal over time. So I think that is a really important thing to impress upon people is to give it plenty of time to work and don't just, drink a bottle and say, oh, it didn't work. So we need to give things time. The body didn't get that way overnight and the cells take time to heal. We don't often feel that healing right away. So I think that's an important thing to bring up as well. So. Well, I would like to ask if there are any questions for you, Becky. So from our viewers tonight, do we have any questions for Becky about her experience or just in general? And I do believe there's one in the chat that they had asked, what was it that was wrong with your finger? I think it popped up. Let me just read that real quick. Yes, what did the doctor say was wrong with your finger that was going to require surgery?
I guess it was more like arthritis in it. It was a big old bump. I couldn't move it. It hurt all the time. And he said that he would have to go in and clean out around them bones
Okay,
and stuff.
thank you for
So
that question. And are there any other questions coming from our guests tonight? We have a good group on tonight. Okay, do you have weekly workshops to build your business is a question.
I attend Stacy's weekly workshops. Stacy Cornelius, my sister-in-law. We have weekly workshops here in Corinth one week and Ripley another week.
Okay, and tell me about those workshops. What do you try to do at those workshops? Who do you invite in case maybe there's some newcomers that would like to know a little bit about how you do your workshop?
I invite people, all the associates that attends, we all invite people. Um, we do the video, and then after the video, Stacy will tell about the products, and we go around and give our testimonies.
Okay, very good. So it's nice that you have a group of associates that work together. And that's one thing that you were talking about is it's definitely a team effort and everybody can support each other. So it's really great you have a group. We have a question that says, what's it like working with your brother and sister-in-law?
It's okay. They're doing great. I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Any other questions? And anybody that has questions, you are more than welcome to unmute and turn your camera on and ask Becky a question if you would like also. Those are some good questions. So where do you see this going for you in the future?
I see me building a business. I haven't really done a whole lot, but my goal is to be bronze by the end of the year.
Good for you. That's a great goal. That's a great goal. All right. Any other questions from our viewers? Okay. Well, any final closing words before we wrap up your interview? Oh, we have another question that says, oops, here we go. We got some questions. let me back the chat up. It says, how do you set up a schedule, Claudette? How to set up a schedule for dollop? Claudette, can you explain that? Do you want to pop on here and ask that question? I'm not sure what that means.
For follow-up, I added that. Sorry.
Okay. How do you set up a schedule for a follow-up? So when you've introduced it to a potential prospect and you want to set up a schedule for the follow-up calls or contact, how do you do that?
Or even if you've scheduled, even if they've signed up and say they've been on the product for a month or 2 months, do you have a schedule that you call people?
I do not right now, but I've been trying to get better at that.
And Stacy says, Becky's killing it. Don't let her fool you. Have you led a workshop yet or played a role in the workshops?
I have played roles in workshops when Stacy and them would be out. The team would still have the workshops and we'd play roles in it.
Very good. Very good. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and Mike says, I think I remember Becky leading one of our workshops some time ago. So thank you, Mike. Have you used any other products that have helped you? Is a question from our chat. So any of the other line of products from ASEA?
I do. I use all the cell performance.
Right.
And I can tell a difference when I use those. I use the Bio and the Omega.
Okay.
And I can tell a difference with my gut with using the Bio every day.
Good. Good. And for any of those that are new to our viewing, the Cell Performance are products that they assist with mood and they assist with mental clarity and focus. They help increase the body's ability to make its own collagen. So I call it a collagen enhancer. And then we also have one that is a natural form of energy made with a green coffee bean. And so those are little sachet packets of powder that we put into water, and they actually work over time to help the body with those areas, and they target those areas. The nutraceuticals that she was talking about, we have a Biome, which is a pre and probiotic, and to help with gut issues and to heal the gut and to put those good microbiomes back into the gut so our body can be healthier. We also have a source supplement, and that is kind of like what we call our multivitamin, but it's made with whole foods, and these foods are bioavailable to the cells, so your cells actually use all that product. We have a great omega product, and that omega is fish oil, of course, and only 2% of fish oils in the whole market are not synthetic, and this is one of them. It's a great fish oil. And then we have one that's an anti-aging product. So we have a great line there. We have a question. What do you think of the events?
I love the events. I love the closeness we have. I love the learning from the events. The energy that you get at the events are really good.
And more time with family.
More time with family and friends.
And friends. Oh, any other questions? Anybody wants to type in the chat or hop on and ask? These are some great questions tonight. Well, Becky, we really appreciate all your information, and we're super excited that you're 5.5 years into this, that you're sharing this technology. Personally, you're doing workshops, you're taking products, so you're living, the product results, which is really great. And I think that speaks a lot for itself. You have a great business testimonial for the culture of the business, and just so much that we can wrap up into that as far as how all of us feel about that. And then, of course, the leadership from the company as well, that we can speak highly of that. And we just want to thank you so much for giving up your time tonight and being on as our Zoom guest. We would like to remind everyone that we do these Zoom calls and interview new guests every second and fourth Monday of the month. And so we will have another Zoom interview soon. And we'd like to invite everyone to come back for that, where we'll interview another guest and find out what their Redox stories and testimonies are. So we do have these recorded. They're posted on the Creation Chiropractic YouTube channel. So you can find the recordings there. And once again, we just say thank you to our guests and thank you to all of our guests that have come tonight to listen to Becky's story. We really appreciate it. Everyone have a great night and have a wonderful week.
Thank you,